Hello, and welcome to this Bacon Bits video where today we'll be discussing how to use bundles to push out a large amount of files to endpoints across your network. The reason that we'll be using today, our example if you will be pushing fonts out to different computers. This could easily be any other type of file, whether they be audio library files, template documents, your favorite text files full of text. And let's go check in repository. I've already filtered out all of our font files. Turning these into a bundle is very simple. I will, instead of clicking the box above, I will hover over the V shape and select all data. From this I will create a bundle. And I see I have them all selected. What I will not do here is select a launcher. There will be no point in selecting a launcher since the launcher file would be used only in the case where I need to run a further script or execute code or an installer on the endpoint itself. Since all I'm doing is copying files over, I will not select a launcher. And then I would also select the endpoint, the operating system that this should be created for, not the endpoint itself, but the operating system, and then I'll give it a name. Now I already have one created, and unimaginably it's called fonts. To push this one out, deploy, and it's thinking about my list of computers, and I could deploy this to say I select these two computers, and now here I could put this in any number of locations and see Windows fonts. Always end with a trailing slash. That's one place I could put it. Or I could just put it at the root, group, fonts, something like that, and then deploy immediately. Now I did do that, and so let's have a look. Jobs, and I ran it twice. So this first one was incomplete, and let's look at what happened. Okay, so it has all these fonts, and it was successful on the computer. You bacon me crazy, but it failed on the Hyper-V 01, and let's see if we can look at some of the results. Name contains Hyper-V. Let's look at our results there, and let's even go so far as to look at the level. It's equal to error. Okay, so we had a few fonts with permission denied, which is interesting because I'm probably using those fonts somehow. I would need to look at the endpoint itself and find out why am I getting permission denied when all the others copied over. And I ran another job. This one did succeed. So instead of copying straight to the Windows fonts folder, which is always kind of like a tricky thing. You don't want to overwrite the source fonts unless you really know what you're doing. So putting them in a staging folder, which is what I did here, this proved to be much more successful. And let's go back, let's take off error because there were no errors. And here you'll see I copied everything over to C group fonts and then copied it right in there. So let's have a look. And this is the C Windows Fonts folder. And if you look at the date modified over on the right, that is all current time. May 9. 2022 at very early in the morning. That's when bacon bits are best made. This is the fresh time to harvest a bacon bit, is late on a Sunday night. You also see that the creation of the group fonts folder right at the C folder also did work. So in that sense, for this computer, both push attempts worked, but on the other computer, the Hyper-V, pushing straight to C Windows fonts did not completely work, but pushing here did. Okay. Thank you so much for watching this baconbits video where we covered how to use repository bundles to push a large number of files to different computers simultaneously. We did not run an installer, a follow-up shell script, or an executable. We just pushed files over. And it was very easy to do, and we got very good log messages from our successes and our failures. Thank you so much. And may you have a wonderful, bacony kind of day.